2000 and not the 2009, but the 2008 partnership walk that we did. We at the walk we had this one thing called it was the seed of hope. We had this thing where people can plant a seed. The kids can like see the seed grow over a certain amount of time and see how things just grow like that. So we contacted different school districts and made presentations to the kids at school and gave them a little pot with a seed where they can like bring it back after it's grown to the day of the walk. That yielded a lot of results. So it's about just being creative in the way you're going to market your event.
Yeah, school districts, great way to get the word out. The ISD is very, very cooperative in getting the word out about events, particularly if you involve the kids. I'm sure all the ISDs would, that's a tremendous source to get the word out.
And all of these schools have different cultural committees, right? Where kids actually take the initiative to work on your projects they might be interested in. So it's always good to contact someone.
Who do you go through in the ISD? Because I haven't had any luck.
I work with Elaine Thomas and John Ballinger. John's actually the communications director, but he's overwhelmed with stuff most of the time. Elaine Thomas is in charge of the music and art teachers and things, and she's real good about getting the word out.
Check out Booster Clubs too.
Yeah, the Booster Clubs are good too.
There's another organization, World Affairs Council.
World Affairs Council?
They have a junior World Affairs Council with pretty much every senior high school. There are several of them in the Metro Bank. They're pretty good at getting the word out, awareness campaigns out. We are using them for Gandhi Walk. A lot of kids came because they normally it's a social service. What we call CAS. So when the students go to these kind of events, they get the social service hours.
Right, community service.
Right, community service. CAS, community
all
service.
Kids have to have community service.
So it's both ways. Works both ways. Community service.
Yes, exactly. Community service all the time.
So many things.
It's a great attraction to get the youth involved.
Oh yeah,
It really is.
Every dance group, my dance stage at the Irish Festival has more people in front of it than any of my other stages because it's all kids. Every mother, father, brother, cousin, aunt, uncle, they're there to see the kid. The cameras are everywhere. It's hilarious. Same with my City Art Celebration. The dance stage has always got people in front of it. They love it. Bring it. Have you ever been to an event called Dance for the Planet? It's held. The Gail Halper Dance Council puts it on, and I mean it's amazing. It's always got people because it's got kids. And all the family's got to go see the kids. So kids are a key to get them involved, make them a part of your event.
Entertainment, we didn't talk about that at all. Stages, sound,
We talked about
performers.
content of the how to select a venue. We kind of briefly talked about it. And you want to go detail into it, we can talk about it right now.
It depends on your venue. When I do
Our venue depends on entertainment or what you have. Content. What are you trying to provide?
Exactly. For the Irish Festival, I do tents, I do everything, and I go a bid. If I find somebody that will give me a good price, I'll use it consistently. And if something happens, then I'll go to bid. Most of my clients require bids, and so I'll take 5 or 6 companies and get bids from them. And they're all good. I mean, you're not going to get a reputable company is going to give you a good, decent bid and get references from them. But there's tons of tent companies out there. There's tons of sound companies, and it's just what do you need? What do you want to have done at your event? Some venues like the Frontiers Flight Museum, they have tables and chairs, a certain number that they throw in with the lease of the facility, so you don't have to bring too much else in. Other times, like with Rockwell, I have to put tents up everywhere. Go through local businesses. Sometimes they'll do it less expensive than the national companies. I found that there was a company out in Rockwell called Rent It, and they had the most amazing tents for like half the price of bringing in their Ducky Bobs or an M&M or a Sandoni. So check your resources, but yeah, it all depends on what the content is as to what you got to have.
And also, when you're talking about the content of the entertainment, exactly what you're planning on having, and like she said earlier, if you guys are doing smaller, more ethnic-based events where you know the community pretty well, get the youth from that community, from your community, to perform something, because guess what? They're going to attract their parents and their families, and the body count is just going to shoot up because people just want to be there to see them. So, what we do is we do a mix of, at the Partnership Walk, we do a mix of acts when it comes to entertainment. We have our local youth perform. We also pay professionals to come and do some of the other items. And one of the biggest hits this year ended up being the warm-up before the walk, which was taken care of by AKYSB, which is the Aga Khan Youth and Sports Board. So, these are kids that are prominent in our community because they do a lot of community service and stuff. And they came in, pumped up the crowd. It was great. But then later on, we also had African drummers, and we had a lot of other paid entertainment along as well. So when you have a mix of those things, it's just good fun.
And back to the tents and table and chairs, service is a huge part of the value. I have learned the hard way that if you have a company that will service you, then the cost may be a little bit more, but boy, they can CYA. I had an incident where I had just forgotten to put 17 8-foot tables on my order. And it was Sunday morning, and I realized this, and luckily Sean with M&M said, okay, I've got that in here. I'll run over to the warehouse and get these tables for you. I'm like, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Go out of their way to make sure that I'm happy, because I'll use them again.
M&M's been great with us too.
Yeah,
they do great work.
Yeah.
We use M&M.
They're very, very easy to work with. They accommodate.
What would you say is like the biggest draw, especially because most families, they're going to be bringing their kids and whatnot. What would you say are the biggest draws of bringing your families together? Like what kind of foods or?
Petting zoos are a huge hit.
Yeah, we have
Arts and
petting
crafts.
zoos this year, which was great.
Arts and crafts.
And the petting zoo is not that expensive. It's like, we were thinking it would be very costly, but it attracted a huge crowd.
Really?
Yeah, we had a petting zoo this year at the wall.
We do everything from arts and crafts activities to the bungee jump to the inflatables to the petting zoo.
And then face painting is huge.
Yeah.
Slightly different for ethnic groups. Let me tell you an example of it. We have 3 events, like Anne-Marie said. The bazaar is one big event what we talked about. We have another performance-based event. Every Indian society, dance is very serious, taken very seriously. So the kids come and perform dances. So 800 kids. Every January we have an event. And 23rd it's happening in SMU. We were sold out. For several years we are sold out. It's a 3,000 only capacity, first come, first serve basis. So the kids get to perform, and that's it. Like everybody, the whole family is there.
It's a party.
It's a party.
Yeah.
Akram, I have to say, I have to tell you about this event. It's 40 or 50 dances. It lasts for 4 hours, 5 hours.
Last year it was 67 dances, 800 kids performing.
You've never seen anything like it. What a treasure we have here.
It's a very the society is very dancing and singing kind of society, Indian society. So right from the kids, every parent would like their children to perform. Well, ready for quiz?
Yeah.
No, just kidding.
Yeah, let's do a little Q&A. We've got, 5 more minutes to
So
7:30.
to sum up this, go ahead.
What are some of the good tools that you can mention using communication, funding, marketing, like software tools or?
Like for example, there are a lot of project management tools and Microsoft Office, and there are a lot of non-profit organization tools. Susan G. Komen, right? They use some very sophisticated tools. I can send you a list to Anne-Marie if you can.
We use a real nice program for doing our schematics and our layouts called Visio. It's easy to manipulate and it's easy to draw in. There's more complicated ones out there, but we find that Visio works for us.
And there are tools of how to put together a press release. And there are tools of how to communicate. There are a lot of things, event-based tools.
Like event management, do you have any specific event management tool?
Right, event management, there is specific software.
Do you have a name of a tool that you use?
There are several, but let me declare. There is one being beta tested right now. Okay, it's a ASP model where you pay as you go. Basically it's a website. It's a portal. I'll give you that address. I forget that name.
Eventbrite.com. What about surveys?
Eventbrite is awesome,
Yeah,
but that's to sell tickets. We use it all the time. Do you use it? No. We learned this from the Italian club. The percentage that they take is on top of the ticket price, and it's minimal. It's like 3%, something like that.
Oh, that we use it all the time. They are free.
Yeah.
But Ticketmaster, like there is Desi Mera Ticket, we call it in our term. So that's a different. It's not tool really. It's a service basically.
No, there's Eventbrite. It's event management.
The Merit ticket didn't work for us, but event, it depends, as you said, it depends on.
What about survey tools? Do you have any survey tools that you know?
It's tools.
Surveys.
Surveys are very, very important because demographics you get out make a big difference to sponsors, but I've gone through several different survey organizations. worked with UTD for several years on their graduate program. They have to do a project, and they chose City Art